So for today's video, I really don't know from where should I start, because I have lot of things to share with you guys. This is something that I wanted to share from many months. I think this video I wanted to make from last year, but because I had so much thing to upload, I was working on reviewing so many products. But I think it's high time that I do it, because I really don't want to have some misunderstanding or confusion regarding my review and the work that I do on YouTube or on Instagram. Lately I've been getting from past couple of months very random comments on my random videos saying that your video is sponsored. Don't believe her video is sponsored. So including this video, I think I have uploaded nearly 148 videos in a time span of nearly 4 years. But anyways, coming back to the topic, so I have been getting these all random comments, and I was like, I don't hide the facts, and if I'm doing any paid work, I'm gonna declare that. So out of these 148 something videos, so far till this video, I have done only one sponsored video, and I have declared that in that video in the beginning unique skincare products. And before I do that, let me do my due diligence. Your girl got sponsored. Today's video is sponsored by Limaze.com. Limaze is the Indian Korean product selling website, and also there is this declaration feature in YouTube where you have to check the box if your video contains some paid promotion or any sponsored work, literally anything where you have received money from the brand to do that work, ethically you have to take. But if some of the YouTubers out there, if they are not declaring it, it's their choice, and I'm not gonna comment on that. But for me, I always declare it. In fact, if I even get a product as a gift from the brand, I make sure that I mention it somewhere in my video. So I'm just gonna explain things what is a gift, what is a PR gift, PR ad, and how I proceed with my things and everything, so that all my gems who have been following my channels, or people who have joined my channel recently, they don't have any confusion or any doubts regarding my work. So previously I used to put all that in the description box. Previously, some last year, I think till last year, I used to put up all this in the description box. But then I realized nobody really sees the description box. People don't check out the description box that often. So then I think I came across James Wells' channel, where I saw that he has been putting up some graphics or some text beside product's name whenever he pinpoints that, whether that product is ad or PR or purchased. So I was like, this is a good idea, even I should do that. So I have been doing that, but still it created some confusion. But at the same time, I don't blame you, because I should have explained all those terms beforehand. So anyways, it's better that I do it now. And so please watch this video till the end, because I have a lot of things to share. So for the declaration part, so whenever I mention the word PR, it means that I have not received any money from the brand or any other website, website who sell products. They have sent me products to try them out and test them on my skin for some weeks or maybe for some months, and then put up my honest, unbiased review on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram. So PR means that. But here onward, to make things look more clear, I'm gonna explain every term in the description box of every video, and also I'm gonna write PR plus unpaid, so that you have better clarification. And secondly, when I say that a product is PR gift, at least from my perspective, I put it this way, that is, the product was sent by the brand or website, no money given to me, and also they have not given me fixed timeline. I can review it after a month or maybe after 6 months, and they are happy if I just review the product on my channel without any fixed timeline. So it's totally up to me. So those product I mention as PR gift. And thirdly, when I say that the product is a gift, it means that no money has been given, and the product was sent to me without any expectation of review. Like even if I don't review them, it's totally fine. They just gifted me because they like my work, they appreciate my work over here. When I say that a product is purchased or bought, it means I have bought the product with my own money, and this is why I mentioned it as purchased or bought. So here on, this declaration is gonna look like this, like PR plus unpaid, PR gift plus unpaid, and gifted bracket unpaid. And if I do any like paid work, I'm gonna write it as ad in bracket, it's paid work, something like that, because I feel that viewers have the right to know like what's our bloggers relationship with the brand. So that's your right, and bloggers and YouTubers should be doing that. I think they should make a practice of this instead of hiding all this. And also, like, there are two types of paid work, at least from what I have learned till now. One is the dedicated video, and second one is the integrated video. So when brand asks for dedicated video, it usually means that you will have to talk about their products or brand or website in a whole video. You cannot mention any other website, you cannot mention products from different brand, and that whole video is dedicated to a brand. That's why it is called as dedicated video. And the second one, that is integrated video, like brand just want you to talk about their product, like one product or two product, maybe for 2-3 minutes in a video, not more than that, and they pay you for that. Now you must be wondering, like, why will brand pay you to share honest opinion? There are some good brands who appreciate your work, who appreciate your input, and they pay you. And also, like, many times brand want to use your work for the ad purpose or to repost your content on their channel or page. So ethically they should be paying you to use your work for their channel. So this is also other reason why brand pay you. So there is nothing wrong about it. It's like, how should I explain? Suppose you do paint a lot, you are a good painter. So some stationery brand, like, they send you some like crayons, sketches, pencils, brushes to paint and send your work to the brand, and no money given. Will you not feel bad about that? Like, the company is using your painting to sell or to decorate or do whatever with your work, and they're not paying you. They're just sending you some brushes or a sketch pen or something, and they're like, we are just compensating you through these small little items, and they will not give you money. So will you not feel bad about it, that you are putting so much of your, even though you like painting, like painting is your passion, it gives you happiness, but will you not feel used up? Like, the company is taking your work, selling it out, and they're not paying you. You will feel used up and bad. So this is literally same thing that happens with the YouTubers or bloggers. And I think companies should get into the practice where they should be paying the, you know, bloggers or YouTubers, especially when they are going to use their content for the ad purpose or for the content on their own channel. They should be ethically paying you, and bloggers should be declaring that, and audience should be appreciating whenever the YouTubers come up with such transparency. Like, you should be appreciating them instead of bashing them. And whenever, like, I do any paid work, or whether it's for a whole video or for a small part of the video, I first see that whether that product is something which interests me or not. Like, I have this huge wish list of the products where I have written down the product's name which I like, which I really want to try and purchase. Like, those are the products that I'm willing to purchase. And also I include the products which you people suggest me and recommend me and ask me to review. So I write down all the products name in that huge list. So if I get any collab option, whether it's a plain PR or a paid work, I first see whether that product is from that list or not, or something which interests me or not. And then secondly, like, I ask myself, like, the product which I'm like collaborating for, is it something that I'm willing to purchase with my own money? Like, is that product something which I'm happy to put on my face? Because I review products not by looking at the ingredient list. I don't even give my first impression by looking at the ingredient list. I make sure that I test the product on my face for a certain time, and then I put up the review. So I should be comfortable in putting that product on my face. So if that PR includes such and such product, then I say yes. And again, I do put up three of my terms and condition with the brands, and I don't compromise on these 3 terms and condition. Like first thing I ask, like by when do they need the review, and if the brand says that they need a review within 4-5 days, I'm like, I don't put up a review so quickly. Like if it's just a cleanser, like a plain cleanser, I usually take 4-5 days. 4-5 days are sufficient to test out a cleanser. And for rest of the products, on an average, I do need 20-30 days for each product. Like literally for toner, essence, serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, whatever, I do need 20 to 30 days. Like if I see that I am noticing some result within a week or 10 days, I will like put up a review on that, because I did see some result on my skin within short period of time. So I think it's okay. But at the same time, even within a month, I don't see any result, or if I'm getting some confusing or mixed feeling that product is not working out, or it's giving some mixed vibe to me, I might extend that testing time up to 2 months or maybe more. So I do have that flexibility time, but I never agree to brand who just say that they need a review within 4-5 days. Like that's not gonna happen, like no. And secondly, I do ask the brand whether they give me the full freedom to express my opinion and review on a product. Like I honestly don't like the interference of brand or website in my review. Why brand is asking me to change my review or change my opinion, why they are asking me to change my thoughts on product, like I don't like that. I find it very offensive to my work. And if I feel that brand does have a tendency to do that, I say no to that PR or gift or whatever. Third condition which I include is declaration. I always ask the brand if they are okay and comfortable in me declaring whether the product is PR, gifted or paid work. Like if they say no, like they want me to hide the declaration, I clearly say no to that collaboration. I don't work with them because it sounds very fishy. Few months back, I had a chance to collaborate with one of the famous Indian brand, and I'm not going to name the brand or much detail. So they came to me for a paid work. They also allowed me to pick one product for the integrated video. Like I can pick a product of my own choice. And secondly, they also gave me a testing period of 15-20 days, and I'm like, okay, like whatever difference or result I see within a period of 15-20 days, I'm gonna express that in my video, and I'm gonna be very honest and unbiased with my review. Are we okay with that? So they said yes, okay, we are looking out for honest review only. We don't want made up review. We came to you because we love your honest work. So I was like, okay, this is going well. Things are going way too well. They are saying yes to everything that I'm saying. Something is not right here. So I put up my third condition, that is that I will be declaring that this is like a paid work. I will be ticking that checkbox in the YouTube, and also I will be telling my audience that this is a paid work. And this is where they were not happy with. They told me so many reasons, like don't do it, people gonna be very mean to you, they gonna drop mean comments. YouTubers who declare that they are doing a paid work, people leave bad and mean comments below their videos, so don't do that. Like they literally try to scare me through that. And I was like, no, my audience is very understanding. They know what work I do, what I don't do. They trust my work, and I have to be honest with them. I cannot hide these facts. So please discuss with your brand and let me know whether they are okay with this or not. So they did agree to my all terms and conditions, including this declaration part finally. But still some of other terms and conditions did not work out. We did not come to a common ground, so I didn't work with them. Things happened, and so yeah. So this is how, like, there is a lot of negotiation from your end, especially like if you are trying to put up your own terms and conditions. Brands, they like to negotiate. Like they will negotiate with you for weeks and weeks, and it is such a headache. Oh my god, it eats up so much of the time. So yes, what I'm trying to say is that I don't compromise on my terms and condition. No matter what kind of collaboration I'm doing with the brand, I'm always transparent with that. And paid work or not, gifted or not, purchased or not, that really doesn't affect my opinion on a product. It's my duty that I mention all the facts apart from my own personal experience, so that you know, when you watch my video, you get the best idea whether you should be buying that product for your skin or not. And this is why, like, all my gems out there, or people who watch this video for the first time, or who are new to my channel, like, please appreciate the bloggers or YouTubers who declare everything, you know, whether that product is PR or whether they are doing paid work or not. Because when you start appreciating, you will see that more and more bloggers and YouTubers will come out transparent with time. And I personally feel, rules or not, because lately India has made up the rules for all this declaration, I personally feel people who are in the habit of fooling around with the audience, or who are in the habit of lying, for them there is no rule. They are going to do what they have been doing. And people, I'm not just talking about me and every other YouTuber out there, if they are like honest with their work, they really don't need any rules and regulation. Their own ethics and their own way of working are like sufficient enough. Like in my old videos, since I cannot edit my videos, like it's not possible, so what I'm gonna do is, like, I have already added some declaration, but I'm further fine-tune them and add more details in the description box, as well as I will pin the comment, so that new user who come to my channel, they get the idea what my content is all about, how I work on things. So yes, when it comes to discount, like recently someone literally questioned me, like, why am I including discount codes in my description box? Am I getting paid by the brands? And that initially, like, that did infuriate me, that did make me angry, because I'm not getting any additional payment from the brand or website. But I was like, I understood that most of you might not understand this, most of you are new to this, so I have to explain this. So what happens is, whenever I include discount code, and if you use that discount code, you get 5 to 10% of discount on a product, and at the same time I get 5 to 10% of commission on it, not more than that. Like, the amount which you are saving, exact amount I'm getting on that sale made. So this is how things work. And again, you don't have to use a discount code, it's totally up to you. I never ever force my discount code on my audience. Like, many times when I put up story on my Instagram, after putting up the story, I remember, oh god, I didn't mention my discount code. So I'm that forgetful. But some of you out there are so sweet and so supportive that you literally come to me, like, you DM me or comment me asking, do I have a discount code for certain website or brand? If I have, like, you literally ask me, like, give your discount code to us, and you like to share them with your friends and family member. Like, seriously, thank you so much, it really means a lot. Now coming to the minimalist referral discount code. Like, regarding the minimalist referral discount code, there I'm not getting any sort of money. It works like, if you use that discount code, you get the discount, and I also get a discount code for myself. But in my case, that discount code is not at all useful. It's completely useless for me, because before they came out with this discount thing, I already purchased most of their products. So discount, their at least minimalist referral discount code is of no use for me. I have kept it only for you people who are looking out for discount codes. It's just for you people. I have nothing to gain from it. And finally, coming to the affiliate links. Now when you use the affiliate link, what happens is, you may or you may not get discount, but if you purchase a product using my affiliate link, I again get a very small fraction of commission, like a very small fraction of commission on the purchase made through that affiliate link. Like, if you don't purchase, I too don't get any commission, like nothing, zero. But still, like, some of you are so sweet and so supportive. Like, you literally come to me and ask, like, give us your Nykaa affiliate link or any other website link. because we want to make a purchase through your affiliate link, and since we want to support your work and we want you to grow. Like seriously, this thing just blows me off. Like some of you are so sweet and so kind. So also, like some of you do ask me like how bloggers, YouTubers are able to spend on so many products, and how are you able to buy so many products. I think I've never said this on my channel, and I should have said this before. Like previously I used to work. I almost worked for 4 years before I decided to give up my 9-to-5 job. I left my 9-to-5 job in 2019 due to various reasons. The main reason was I wanted to take blogging as my full-time work. Currently I'm doing blogging, YouTube as my full-time job, and this is the only work I have. And also I do have some health issues which didn't allow me to do, you know, both 9-to-5 job and as well as blogging. I had to choose only one because of my health issues. I couldn't tackle with both, so I decided to go for the blogging because I really love trying out new products. I really want to educate all the people regarding good skincare, bad skincare, what is good, what is not good, all this stuff. So the money which I earned from my 9-to-5 jobs definitely helped a lot in buying so many products. Like I last year or something, or maybe before that, but like before I decided to quit my 9-to-5 job, I calculated like how much money I have spent on all these Korean skincare products, and the money which I spent, like it's more than the amount which you need to graduate from a good private college. Like lot of money has gone into it. Previously, like in 2017, 2018 and even till 2019, I used to buy so much of my products. I rarely got any PRs. Like I remember the first PR which I got, the unpaid PR, not the money. The unpaid PR which I got was in late 2018, and somewhere few I got in 2019 as well, like very few. First paid work, I think in YouTube I have done only just one paid work, and on Instagram I have done few. And some paid work I definitely got in 2020, you know, when brands like they started noticing my work. Like I have written some blog post for some websites and they pay me for that, because you know, writing on the blog, it does take your experience, you need to search the Google to cross-check some facts, and you write down the blog post. It does consume at least minimum of 2-3 hours of your time, and of course your fingers continuously are running on keyboard. It's some work, you're spending your time, so they should be paying you to do that work. It's pretty normal. Like people, you go to 9-to-5 job and your boss says that we will not be paying you, we will not be paying you, we will be only appreciating your work. Will you sit in front of computer doing work for 8-7 hours without getting paid? It doesn't make sense, right? I make content only for the brands and products that I like. I don't put up this face with the product that I don't like. Like I don't do that. I have never done that, and I will never ever do that. So if you have managed to watch this video till here, thank you so much, because I do know this video is going to be quite long. And also, like, I really wanna say thank you to all the people who have supported me from such long time. You all appreciate my work, and it really means a lot. Like even though I face some negativity over here, all the kindness, support and love and appreciation by most of you out there helps me stay motivated and keep on going. And also I'm working on staying consistent with my YouTube upload. So yeah, so that's all for today, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye.